Hi everyone, welcome to the Facebook Ads 5-minute show with me, Sophie Nicole Casey, and as always, my trusty sidekick, Nong Bua. Bua, say sawadee cap. Sawadee cap. So in this episode, I'm talking about perseverance. So, excuse me, if you watched the previous episode, then you would have seen I talked about Facebook ads etiquette. And in a nutshell, you can't just go in a bar and go up to someone and say, hey, your place or mine, because it doesn't work. You're going to get yourself in trouble, or you're just going to get a downright rejection. So I spoke about, how we need to actually go about things. But then moving into this episode, the simple fact is when you first offer your product or service to someone, they're not just going to say, yeah, and hand over their money. It does take perseverance. So what I'm gonna do is carry on with that same analogy from there basically. So excuse me. So let's say, you go into a bar, you do all the warming up, you do everything that's necessary to get someone on side. The chances are they're still not just gonna go home with you, they're not just gonna like hand over the house keys like that. So, if you really want something, you need to persevere at it. So this is like a major common misbelief is with business owners, I'm going to put my product out there and someone's going to come and sell it. Come and buy it. No, they're not going to, because it doesn't happen that way. People have reserves, and the more someone thinks about something, the more their brain is going to tell them not to invest in it basically. So if say, they say no the first time, they don't take your offer or service, what you need to do is not beg, no begging, not even in a bar, but especially not in business, because it just doesn't look, if you look desperate, then you'll come across even less appealing. So what you need to do is try some different angles. So, you should offer a different incentive. So for example, in business, it could be a special offer. In real life, it could be, I've got a car, I've got this, I'm a doctor, anything like that. It's just a ridiculous analogy. I've not really thought it through, to be honest. But what you need to do is basically what we call retargeting. Now, retargeting just means targeting an audience which has already seen you, which has already interacted with your business, and then showing them a different ad. So you've probably done it before when you've been maybe you've been like looking for flights online, you're like shopping holidays or something, and then later that evening, you open your laptop again, you're checking your emails, and then on the right hand side you see an ad, and it's a holiday you were looking at with a special price. That is retargeting. So that is the incentive that they're offering you to sign up, and that's the same kind of thing you can do. So other things you can do is testimonials. So going back to our analogy, when someone's got a friend there bigging them up, they suddenly look a lot more attractive, don't they? So the same thing happens in ads. So you can run some ads with testimonials of what people have said about your product or service, about how you help them, and that really helps. So another thing is just to highlight your different benefits. So in your ad, you might have been focusing on like the price, whereas what you can do in retargeting ad is focus on a different benefit. So it could be on the time you save them, it could be on you as a person, it could be talking about how you're different. Sorry, I keep picking this up for him, I don't know why. How you're different from your competition, things like that. So you have to keep persevering. So say when they've seen your offer and they've not bought it, say for the next few days, show them one new ad, so show them new testimonials. Then for the few days after that, if they still haven't bought, do another one, and then another one. And then finally, your last resort could be to offer them a coupon code, or offer them like a sub product, like offer them a different product, to buy this like cheaper or easier to purchase, anything like that. But the idea is you just have to keep them in your funnel, so that the more they see you, the more they know, like, and trust you, and eventually they will buy from you. So I watched this program, a documentary on Netflix, I can't remember what it was called, and they showed a bunch of different faces and said you have to vote which one's better looking, and the one that won by everyone was the one that flashed up most times in that sequence. It wasn't because she was more beautiful, it was because she was more familiar to our heads, because we didn't even realize it, but we'd seen her head pop at her face, not her head, we'd seen her face pop up multiple times, and she became familiar to us. And the more familiar someone is, the more you like them psychologically is a fact. So perseverance. If it doesn't work first time, try again with a different angle. Where you going, Bua? Where you going, Bua? And yeah, you'll get your sales, and it's a cheap way of doing it as well. Retargeting is a lot cheaper because they're a warm audience, it's a smaller audience, and the conversion rates are a lot higher, so Facebook will reward you. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about different tools you can do, things outside the world of Facebook to help you in your Facebook ads journey. Bua, say bye-bye. Bua, say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching.